Hello, so I'm doing my presentation online. So sorry for, I want to apologize in advance for the conditions we're in. This is my project. Um, so I did my, me and my partner, we interviewed the librarian. Like we had went to um, one of the library days that we had to go to for a grade, and like she seemed really nice, and like we were wondering, we went together, so we were wondering like what was the inspiration behind like her career, or like how do you end up being a librarian, because we've seen librarians all throughout our life and everything, but we honestly don't really know too much about them. At least me. I don't really know too much about the librarians in my life, you know? Um, every single librarian I've ever met is very smart, educated, super nice. So we wanted to dig a little deeper and learn a little more about our library and its resources and stuff. Everyone goes to the library, or I want to say the big majority of people go to the library. I go to the library pretty much almost every day, to study, to print, to do this and that. Like it's just a good source to go to that has a lot of things a student needs. Um, so so I made an infographic. It's a little hard to see here, but it's like just a long it's just a long infographic here. I'm so sorry for the conditions. I don't know how else to lay it out for you here. Um, so I made an infographic, and using what we learned from the interview, I took that information and turned it into like a library infographic. Like so a lot of information having to do with the library, using the information we learned from the interview. Um, so here we have, it says Newton Gresham Library, and then down here it says the insights of our library right there. So the first one is memorable. When we were talking to the librarian, we learned that it's like a memorable place. Like they host a lot of events and stuff, and it's nice to see a community of students get together and hang out. Like there's so many events I've seen, like posters and stuff with events at the library. So it's a great community for people to get to know each other. I've personally made friends at the library. For me, I have really bad social anxiety, so it's hard for me to make friends. But I've made friends at some of these events and stuff. People are super nice. You just get to know, like even like the workers there. See them every day. Might as well learn their names and stuff. So it's like memorable. Next, we have accessible. That's my next little chunk. Accessible in the way that there's so many resources in there. There's printing, there's computers, books, of course, obviously, plug-in chargers, anything you can think of academically, like what is it called? The things that cut paper, like those big slicer things. Like they just have a bunch of stuff, right? I would say it's accessible not only to resources but to knowledge. Like keep in mind, like if you go like third, fourth floor, like it is endless amounts of books. Like you go from one side to the other, it's almost a mile. Like there's so many books and there's so many information, different sizes. Like every book I've ever read when I was younger is I've seen it in there. Like books that I want to read, like they have so many books, and not even like just like stories and stuff, but also like you can learn about things, like informational things. Then you have on the fourth floor a whole room of, I can't remember what it's called, but like valuables regarding history. And history not even of just Sam Houston, but of different things around the world. And I think that's amazing to be handed like for free. I know it's like in the tuition, but like it's so accessible to have so much knowledge right in front of your hands. I think it's great. Next, sorry. we have engaging. Um, so the way that it's such like an engaging space is I'll be walking around the library and I'll see so many people studying the same thing as me. Just ask, like, hop in, like, hey, can I study? Like, it's an engaging place to be. And it also ties in with memorable, just because you make connections with people. You find people, like the people that want to do good in school and study, you're going to find them at the library. You find people with the same goals as you. You find people that are as, I want to say, oh, I can't find the word. Hold on. Passionate. That is the word. You find people that are as passionate as you are, um, and even in your same career field. Like, I think it's just a really engaging place to be with all the events they have once again. And yeah, then down here, this is my last point, changing with the times. So one of the questions we had asked was, do you think with so many jobs getting replaced by AI and whatnot, like what do you think is going to happen, within the library, with books and stuff? And as much um, as technology has taken over our lives, we've come to realize, like they kind of joined together, using the computer systems to find books where they are, because imagine doing that. Like, I can't even imagine doing that without locating a computer, typing it in, where is this book? It's in section this, fiction, nonfiction, like, and I think it's a good mix, I want to say, like you're not going to find an AI robot that's as passionate as books as librarians, you know. So using today's technology, and using it to help libraries and stuff, such as computers, such as printing, such as fax, such as this and that. So changing with the times, I feel like they've evolved pretty well. Like, they go together pretty well, to expand our knowledge more than just what it was before, I guess. You'd have so many pages online as well as articles. Like, I've personally used articles online integrated into my assignments. And then also it helps work, like, with your works cited and stuff, because there's not, I want to say there's not many people that can do a works cited from the top of their head, typing it out perfectly. So having, like, the generators and stuff, I feel like is very helpful. So having technology helping out the library, I feel like technology helps out more than it decreases help, in a way. I definitely worded that wrong. But yeah, so taking that information I learned from the interview and putting it into a brochure and talking about the community, how engaging it is, problems such as technology. So yes, we learned a bit of, like, the backstory, education of how did you get to this position, and learning a lot of, um, like, what inspired you in this, but also learning about the resources we have at the library. Like, it kind of opened my eyes, because I knew about these, but I didn't realize how helpful they were to a college student. So yeah, happy summer break. I hope you have a great summer, and I'll, well, finals online, but thank you. You have a great day.